T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his.
King Harris, the 21-year-old son of Atlanta legends T.I. and Tiny Harris, is now fighting for his life after a brutal and deliberate assault inside the Georgia Correctional Facility. What happened wasn't a random inmate altercation. Every detail suggests this was a calculated and targeted attack.
And to coddle him for. Let the man walk off, have some time to himself, sit down, soak it up, and come up with what he needs.
Medical documentation confirms the extreme severity of King's injuries. His skull was fractured by a lock in a sock, a padlock wrapped in fabric, and used as a deadly improvised weapon. The blow shattered multiple bones across his face, leaving him in critical condition.
Being arrested isn't really like the shocker. It's him coming out and his, I guess, reaction to it, right? Because everybody's saying, King, you grew up privileged, bro. Why are you going down this path? Now he's talking about F the police, F12. So, he.
When officers finally reached the scene, King was unconscious, lying in a pool of blood on the concrete floor. Shockingly, King was not serving time for anything violent, only a minor DUI and a missed court date. Nothing in his history hinted that he would be singled out. The timing is even more disturbing. Just weeks earlier, King had celebrated the birth of his first child with his family. That joyful moment now stands in painful contrast to a young father clinging to life in a hospital bed. Internal sources now claim King became a target because he was speaking too openly about corruption and illicit activity inside the jail. They describe him as bold, outspoken, and unafraid to call out what he witnessed, even in a dangerous environment.
Do that if it wasn't for family hustle. Right. And it does come with some, it's some adversity. Mm-hmm. It's some adversity to come with that. People getting.
According to insiders, King had been loudly exposing systemic issues within the facility, including guards allegedly smuggling contraband and purposefully ignoring inmate extortion. He was reportedly preparing to contact his lawyer to file a formal complaint. Somehow, his intentions leaked to the very individuals he was planning to expose. Whoever orchestrated this assault wanted to send a message, and they wanted it to be loud. For the Harris family, the timing couldn't be more devastating.
What I'm gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in, chime in, and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this. Whatever we ever have done has been done with
This attack comes at a moment when T.I. and Tiny are already dealing with intense legal challenges. Their long-running dispute with influencer Sabrina Peterson had recently resurfaced, dragging their name back into public controversy.
That's the only good thing they posted of me going viral. I'm not on the media's good side. I don't know why, but...
Earlier this year, Peterson attempted to revive a dismissed 2021 lawsuit accusing the couple of misconduct and defamation. Even before her appeal was denied, she reignited old allegations online, promising to release receipts, instantly fueling heated debates. All of this adds even more suspicion to the attack on King, especially after officials claim the surveillance cameras on King's block mysteriously malfunctioned at the exact moment he was ambushed.
Because now that the evolved T.I. is also the even more of a father T.I., because not only are you just a father, you have to be a father in the industry, because all your kids are in the industry.
Man, damn. Yeah, that's...
The assault on King Harris, beaten unconscious with a lock in a sock, skull fractured, face shattered, marks a disturbing peak in years of controversy surrounding the Harris family. This was no spontaneous fight. It happened just weeks after King celebrated becoming a father, creating a heartbreaking contrast between victory and tragedy. The most alarming signal of a cover-up is a suspicious blackout of the facility's surveillance system. Officials blamed a power relay issue, but multiple former correctional officers have stated such a complete feed failure across several units is nearly impossible without intentional interference. King, jailed for nonviolent charges, was reportedly speaking too freely about corruption inside, guards smuggling contraband, extortion rings being ignored. Insiders say he was preparing to alert his lawyer, and someone leaked his intentions. Meanwhile, T.I. and Tiny were still battling the revived accusations from Sabrina Peterson, creating public speculation that King's attack could be a targeted message from powerful enemies, either inside the system or outside it. Weeks before his incarceration, King had publicly talked about redeeming himself, even saying he wanted to surpass Michael Jackson, comments that now feel haunting. Some theories suggest he initially had quiet protection from certain officers, which disappeared the moment he began talking about institutional corruption. Others believe the attack may have been ordered by external figures using King as leverage to send a message to T.I. Given the blackout cameras, the strategically placed inmate, and the secretive staff suspensions, the idea of a random fight feels almost impossible. Even the family's private life became part of the storm. Just weeks earlier, T.I. and Tiny celebrated their 15th anniversary in Thailand. After the attack, fans began reinterpreting Tiny's messages about love conquering struggle as subtle hints of pressure already weighing on the family. Inside the hospital, King's condition is extremely critical. He underwent emergency brain surgery, and one doctor described his injuries as consistent with repeated blows while restrained. A detail suggesting this was punishment, not a fight. Sources claim multiple guards and supervisors were quietly placed on administrative leave, concealed behind privacy laws. King Harris has now become a symbol of the intersection between celebrity, corruption, and systemic failure. The official narrative continues to shift. Inmate fight, then camera malfunction, then ongoing investigation, all without providing a single solid answer. T.I. once said that calling himself the King of the South painted a permanent target on his back. Now, at the very moment he was preparing to release his final album, The King, his role life heir was violently attacked. The chilling question remains: if the system couldn't bring T.I. down, did someone decide to strike through his son instead? This wasn't random violence. It was a silencing. The missing cameras, the dangerous placement of a non-violent inmate, and the quiet staff reshuffling all point to a coordinated setup. The truth is trapped between fear, power, and silence, and the Harris family is fighting to bring it into the light. If you believe this story deserves answers, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Because we're committed to uncovering the truths the system works hardest to hide.